Hi there, welcome back to Resin by Drew. Today I'm going to make these geode coasters. I'm using the holographic geode mould from Moulds and Shapes, and I'm going to make some 3D bloom coasters. I've just got some little bits in my mould that I just want to get out with a little bit of tape. And I'm set to go. I've got my resin that's been stood for 20 minutes. That's got to the right temperature, right consistency now. I'm going to take out of that pot enough to make 2 pots of white pigment, and I'll tell you in a minute why I want 2 pots of white pigment. One only needs to be smaller than the other one, and then I'm going to spread the rest of the resin out between the moulds. Don't need a big thick layer, you just need enough at the moment just to create a nice layer on the bottom. Then I've got room to put a backing layer on. I always say exactly the same thing. You don't need a thick layer. You can do it all in one go. You can put a full thick layer on at this point if you choose, but I personally prefer not to. I prefer to see how things go and then decide if I want to put a backing layer on, or if I'm happy with the way things are, then I'll just put a clear layer on but still a backing layer. Give you the option to add micas or glitters or different colours and things to your background if you want to. If you, for example, you're not 100% happy with the way that it's bloomed, then it's the perfect option to add a glitter, to add that extra bit of sparkle and a little bit more interest if you're not 100% happy with the way that your flowers bloomed, that's all. I tend to play it safe and go that way. Now, the reason I've done 2 pots of white is because I'm going to do things very slightly different today. I'm still going to use my usual white pigment, which is the Resi-Tint Max in titanium white. I'm going to add this. I need another stir stick. I'm going to add this to both of my pots of resin that I've just taken out from the large pot. I've not used it for a few days, so I need to give it a good stir all the goodness from the sides and the bottom and mix it all in together. It's been way too hot for the last few days to pour, so I've just not been pouring at all rather than risk flash curing. So I've got my resin, I've got my pigment mixed up, so I've got scraped off my stick. I'm popping that into one of the pots, and I'm just going to do the same with the other stick. Just give it a mix so I've got some resin on my stick. Scrape it off. Pop that into the pot. Just wipe the pigment off my hands. I'm just going to mix these. This is the first one. Now I think for a change I'm not going to use my Pinata Pearl alcohol ink. I'm going to use a PearlEx pigment to give it a little bit of a sheen. I think I'm going to do the same in both pots. I'm just stirring the second pot now. I'm just going to add a little bit of this. It's PearlEx and it's Micropearl pigment powdered pigment. realise it was a new tub actually. Must have two. So just get a little stir stick so I can get some of the powder out. Just adding a little scoop, I'm not adding too much. And I'm adding the same to both tubs of the white resin that I've got going on at the moment. I'm adding the same amount to both. I'm going to mix that in. I'm not going to do it over the top of the mould because you know what happens when I mix Micropowders over the top of the moulds. Just stepped back away from the mould to mix this in. Just giving it a good mix. That's one done. I'll just do the other exactly the same with the other one. Again, I'm not going to do it over the top of the moulds though, for the same reason as before. I am still tempted to add a couple of drops of my Pinata Pearl alcohol in because I just can't get away from it. So I am still going to add a couple of drops, I've decided. I just can't, it wouldn't be the same without it, would it? Just giving it a shake. I'm just going to add, I'll add 6 drops to each. And I'll give those a stir in as well. It's looking quite nice and pearly. What I'm wanting for this effect. Okay, so the first one I'm going to pour into my piping bag. And then the second one, I'll just put my piping bag on one side for a minute. The second of the pots of white pigment, I'm going to divide up into 3, and I'm going to put it into these little silicone pots with the spout, the pouring pots. Scrape the rest out into my piping bag. So I've got my piping bag on one side. I don't think I can really position these so that they're in view. But what I've got is I've got 3 different alcohol inks. I've got Resin8 Amethyst, I've got Let's Resin Purple, and one that I got from Amazon in Deep Purple. And I'm going to add a couple of drops to each of these 3 silicone cups that I've got, so that it'll be, as well as the white pigment, it'll have purple added to it as well, just to change the colour to different shades of purple. So there's the first one. That's the deep purple that I've just added there. I'm just going to stir that in. Obviously it won't be as dark as the deep purple because it's got white mixed with it. I'm going to do it away from the mould because the pot's quite full and I don't want it to spill. Might need to add a bit more in there for colour, but we'll just see what the others come out like first. The next one I'm going to do is the amethyst. What the amethyst looks like at the moment. I'm just going to move it away so that I can stir it. Again, it is going lighter because I've got the white mixed in there with it. And then my last one is the Let's Resin Purple. Just add a few drops of that. Didn't want to come out, and then when it started it was one of those where it just came out in a huge stream and wouldn't stop. Now I know why. It's just reminding him why I love my Resin8 pigments alcohol inks so much, because that does not happen. So that's the Let's Resin Purple there that I'm just mixing in. I think that's the darkest of them all, that one. So I've got 3 different purples, each with some of the white pigment mixed with the alcohol inks. So I need to get a move on pouring, or get a move on adding my alcohol inks and my piping now. So I'm going to snip the end of my piping bag off first of all. Check the size of the hole. That's fine. Now I don't want to, I'm going to do spirals, but I want to do just a loose spiral. I don't want it to be a tight spiral, I just want it to be loose, like that. Put my white to one side, and then I'm going to start with my 3 purples that I've got. I'm going to pour those straight from the holders that I've got. I'm going to do a bit in each of the coasters. I'm just going to follow the line, the spiral around. That's one done. Dribbled over a little bit, but it doesn't matter. And the last one for this colour. Just going to get my little stir stick and scrape this one out a little bit, just to help it on its way as we keep moving. I think it has thickened quicker than normal because of the PearlEx that I've used. So my next one, my next colour, is going to do this exactly the same again. And again, I'm just going to use my stick to scrape this out as we go around. And then the last one. Use my stick to scrape this out as we go around. There we go. And then I'm just going to get a silicone tool and make my flower shape. Swirl in the middle and take the edges out. And same with the next one. A swirl in the middle, take the edges out, hopefully I'll be able to get my second coat on for my backing layer on these today, because it is still a warm day, but not as warm as it has been. So hopefully, as I say, I'll be able to get my second layer on today, so these will be ready for demoulding tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like. just go out. I'll do my swirl in the centre in the middle in a minute on this one. My swirl in the centre, and then the final one. Do my swirl in the centre, and then I'll just take them out to the edges. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do with those. I'm going to leave those to cure up for a couple of hours, and then hopefully I'll be able to get my next layer on as my backing layer, and then I'll be able to demold and show you what they look like tomorrow. So I will say bye for now, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hi, welcome back. I'm going to demold these coasters that I made yesterday. So let's demold them and see how they've turned out. Take them all out and then we'll have a look at them. I can see the pearlescent mica powder that I used has made the petals have a pearlescent effect, so that looks very nice. I can see that from the back, so that looks good. So let's have a look. Let's start with this one. Oh, that's pretty. That is a pretty one. Can you see the pearlescent effect? Those flowers have bloomed beautifully. Look at the detail in that one. That's beautiful. Let me get some coloured, well, we'll try black and we'll try white card, and we'll see which is best. That's on white card. They are the Geode, the holographic effect ones as well, so I will try and get the holographic effect, but I do know that the holographic effect usually shows up better on the still shots. So let's have a look, see if we can pick the holographic effect up first of all. That's beautiful. I love the colours, and I just love the way it's bloomed. Really has bloomed lovely. So that's the first one. Let's have a look at the next one. Again, that's bloomed beautifully too. The detail in these petals. I'm really pleased with these. Look at the detail in that. The swirl's made it nice because the swirl's just given an extra dimension to the bloom in the petals as well. But just look at the detail. Really like these. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see or if it'll pick it up on the camera later on, but you can just see the pearlescent effect in the white from the mica that I used. But that's beautiful. Really happy with these. As I say, I really like the colours as well. So that's number 3. Let's have a look at number 4. Again, that's another beautiful one. Just the detail. The depth in the petals. Look at that one. Yeah, they've turned out beautifully. I'm really, really pleased with those. I think they're some of my favourite flowers for a while. It's been a little while since I'd done 3D bloom flowers, so I was a little bit nervous about doing them, you know, when you've not done something for a while. But I'm really, really pleased with the way these have turned out. Very happy with them. Let me just see if I can try and pick up a bit of the holographic effect. I can see it there, so I'm not sure if the camera will be picking it up as well. Just move it around a little bit and see if we can pick it up for you. As I say, the still shots at the end will pick it up better. So I will take still shots of them all. I'll add the still shots to the end of the video. I hope you like those as much as I do. I've been quite excited about these ones. I do hope you like them, and I will be back with another experiment soon. So I'll see you soon. Bye for now.